Hello everyone. Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 things to look forward to in 2021. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. A lot of things that were cancelled in 2020 are back on this year. And a lot of commonplace activities that we've previously taken for granted may slowly return to our lives, things like hugging and not being uneasy about getting on a plane. If everything goes right, we can dare to look forward to these notable spots in 2021. Number 10, 6G. Internet. Now is the time to fess up if you don't actually know what terms like 4G, 5G and 6G actually mean. It refers to different generations of technology standards for cellular networks. In other words, it's the level at which your cell phone, internet and lots of other telecommunications architecture perform. That's why lots of people were excited about 5G. Phone fast. Stream all the things. Less painful Zoom meetings. Well, things are going to get even faster and even better when more 5G networks pop up worldwide. And Japan and Korea are already working on 6G capabilities. This next generation will help improve things like teleworking and distance learning, as well as more futuristic pursuits like holograms and virtual and augmented reality. Number 9, new climate policies and action. 2020 was supposed to be the year the world's climate plans got on track. But they didn't. Next year may be better. The European Union has put a seal on plans to reduce carbon emissions and pour billions into clean energy alternatives. China, the world's biggest polluter, has pledged to go carbon neutral by 2060. Japan, South Korea and Canada have all made similar promises for fossil fuel reduction. And we may see more silver linings at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Glasgow, Scotland, this November. Number 8, the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. Speaking of milestones, October 1st will mark the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. The park will also be unveiling lots of new things to do, including a Ratatouille attraction, a Guardians of the Galaxy ride and a Tron ride. If theme parks are your thing, the new year should have a lot to offer. Sometime this summer Universal Studios in Orlando is expected to unveil the Jurassic World Velocicoaster, a high-speed ride with dinosaurs at every turn poised to chomp on you and your family. In Japan, the Super Nintendo World theme park is scheduled to open early next year in Osaka. Back in Orlando, SeaWorld will unveil the roller coaster, Icebreaker, which will feature the largest vertical drop in Florida. Number 7, T20 Cricket World Cup. In other sports news, the International Cricket Council's Men's T20 World Cup will be back on, postponed from 2020, of course, in India in the fall. Americans, if you need a primer before you dip your toe in the waters of cricket. Schedule for major events affected by the global pandemic. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2020, which was supposed to be held in Australia in October to November, has been postponed to 2022. The 2021 edition of the T20 World Cup, which was scheduled in India, will take place as planned. The format of the Men's T20 World Cup 2021 will remain as it was for 2020, and all the teams who qualified for the 2020 event will now participate in the edition in India. A new qualification process will be run for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2022. Number 6, artificial intelligence, everywhere. Technology has been a huge focal point for a while now, but in 2021 we'll see it pop up in even more places. And no, not in a scary, Black Mirror sort of way. Imagine, for instance, everything AI can do to help us interpret and use medical and scientific data. If you know, just in case a massive pandemic were to hit. AI is also helping more businesses make smarter decisions about customer behavior. Wilson Pang, the Chief Technology Officer at Appen, told Forbes he hopes that 2021 will see more companies address troubling issues of bias in AI technologies, so innovators can develop AI in responsible ways. Number 5, Blood Moon. The last time the moon passed through Earth's shadow, on January 20, 2019, the news was not good. The US government had shut down. President Trump reported a lot of progress on denuclearization of North Korea, and Michael Cohen was still blabbing about his former boss. In the meantime, the news has gotten even worse, but the beauty of a so-called blood moon remains unchanged. The next total lunar eclipse is scheduled for May 26, 2021, over the skies of Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii and the western US. If the weather allows, the moon will turn a deep orange and stay that way for about 14 minutes. It will be a beautiful sight, and it can't come too soon. Number 4, a big year of big movies. Following a dearth of offerings in 2020 as filmmakers put off releasing movies into near-empty theaters, that is, when theaters were open at all, fans in 2021 will benefit from all that pent-up supply. Among the biggest releases, all in December, June, an adaptation of the sci-fi classic, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, and The Matrix 4, the first new release in the franchise in 17 years. Plus, for action fans, in April, there's the 9th installment of Fast and Furious and No Time to Die, the 25th Bond film, with Daniel Craig starring, presumably for the last time as 007. Other highly anticipated titles include Marvel's Black Widow in May, In the Heights, the filmed version of Lin-Manuel's first big Broadway hit, in June, and Elvis in November, directed by Baz Luhrmann and co-starring Tom Hanks as Presley's manager Colonel Tom Parker and a relative unknown, Austin Butler, as the King himself. Number 3, Mars Landing. Mars will have a little new occupant as NASA's Perseverance rover finally lands on February 18th. The rover is aptly named given the year we've been through. A spaceship will deploy its parachute after entering the red Martian atmosphere, slowing to 321 km per hour before dropping a small box. The rover-containing box will land with the help of 8 rockets, before it delivers Perseverance, and you'll be able to watch it with a few minutes of delay on NASA's YouTube channel. The rover will roll around a dry river valley measuring chemicals in rocks, taking pictures and selfies while looking for fossilized microbes. Number 2, new video games. For many of us, gaming kept our mind off the raging pandemic outside and let us keep in touch with friends. With the release of next-gen gaming consoles, 2021 will bring us next-gen games designed to take advantage of their specs and show us what the future of gaming will look like. Get ready for the release of Gorus, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, Halo Infinite, Hitman 3, a remastered Mass Effect, and God of War, Ragnarok. The good news is that these are just what's been announced. Count on plenty of more announcements as game studios figure out what they can offer on the latest PlayStation and Xbox consoles. Number 1, the Tokyo Olympics. The 2020 Tokyo Olympics were put on pause because of the pandemic, but are now scheduled for July 2021. It may not look like Olympics past, the IOC says it will be a simpler, more restrained approach, but that won't stop us from indulging in the communal joy of pretending to know how gymnastics is scored. Scheduled to be held from the 23rd of July to the 8th of August 2021 in Tokyo, Japan. Originally due to take place from the 24th of July to the 9th of August 2020, the event was postponed in March 2020 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite being rescheduled for 2021, the Games have retained the Tokyo 2020 name for marketing and branding purposes. This marks the first time that the Olympic Games have been postponed rather than cancelled. What do you think of our list? Which thing you like the most? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe before you go.